Hi, guys. Before I play our pre-recorded intro to episode 56, which should have come out yesterday, I just wanted to give context to it. We recorded this Friday night, pretty late Friday night, and we recorded it with the intention of getting through the sense of place and the entire episode, and that did not happen. So when we recorded the episode in its entirety yesterday, we just kind of redid the intro, and we actually did the sense of place, which is very brief. So that will be part of the actual episode 56, which will be out later today. But just for anyone who loves the blathering, I thought I would put out this kind of take one of the intro where we introduce the episode, do the teaser, but then we just kind of chit chat about a variety of things. So please enjoy this, and I will have the entire episode 56 with a new, very brief intro and sense of place out later this afternoon. And thank you guys for listening. Okay, bye.
Perfect. Okay, great.
Record.
Record has been pressed. Deep breaths. Here we are on episode 56. Too loud? Am I too loud in your ear? No? I'm going to say this, and you know what? I altered this intro after hearing Justin Long in his intro, and I want to see if you notice a difference. So welcome back to Death by Southwest, the podcast where each week I share a different grisly murder story unique to the American Southwest, while my sister and co-host tries to piece together the clues and unravel the mystery behind each of these heinous crimes. We're your hosts. I'm Margot.
And I'm Jenna.
And this is episode 56. Did you notice any difference?
It seemed more level.
So I used to say, I'm your host, Margot.
Oh.
And I'd say, and this is my sister. And then you say, Jenna.
Yeah.
So, but I changed it to we're
I prefer the other
hosts.
way. I prefer the other way.
We're your hosts. I'm Margot and I'm Jenna, because I was listening to Justin Long's podcast and he said, we're your hosts, Justin. And then Christian says, and Christian. I was like, that makes sense. Like, we are both the host. Just because we have different roles does not mean that you are not a host. You are a host.
I'd like to be called co-host.
You are a co-host. I'll call you whatever you want. All right, let's, that's my daily affirmation on my phone.
Oh, go check it.
Me and Jenna.
What is it going to be?
I don't know.
You are worthy.
I
okay,
get
what's
10
your
a
daily
day.
10?
10. And then I also have another app that's motivations, and I get 6 motivations a day. Yeah. And I actually...
Do you pick one?
No, they're randomized.
No, but I mean, of the 10 and the 6.
Sure, you can like them and save them.
Do you pick one that speaks to your heart on that day?
I do, and one that spoke to me the most, like 3 weeks ago, is now my wallpaper on my phone.
What does it say?
It says, I embody confidence.
Oh, I like that.
Which is a hard thing for me sometimes, so...
Lots of people.
I think I like to think that I look at my phone 150 billion times a day. And every time I do.
She does.
I do. And every time I do, I see that first.
That's nice.
And I don't know if it is actively doing anything, but I like to believe that it is subconsciously doing something.
Shifting your body image is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're hoping, or that's where you're kind of leaning into.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Can I, okay. Yeah, go on. I was going to say, can I give another encouragement?
You can.
So a lot of people say most people I think have not a great body image. A lot of people, most people, no matter what they look like.
Yep.
And we focus on what we don't like and this and that. And then we can make these generalizations about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And sometimes I think maybe we should concentrate those negative statements to what we're actually talking about. Because if I say, I'm my body's ugly. Let's just say that. My body's ugly. Do you actually think your whole body's ugly? No, concentrate it. What do you like about yourself? Do you like your hair, your teeth, your eyes, your fingers, your toes? Okay, those are all great and out of this. And then when you say you're ugly or your body's ugly, what parts are you actually talking about? And it sounds weird, but concentrate it. My knees are ugly. My ass is ugly. Whatever. Just to at least... It's just those parts.
Not be classifying your whole entire being as ugly.
Yeah, or whatever the word is.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
I think it's hard. It is hard to sometimes think like, I like this about myself. I like this about myself. But
I guess this isn't a body positive podcast.
I mean, it could be. Who knows?
Oh, I could speak for hours on that.
Me too, but I'm not going to.
Not that I apply it to myself, but I could encourage the world.
Well, and you were, yes, absolutely. But we're not going to. We're going to move into, I'm going to tell you what this episode's about. I'm going to give you the little teaser today. So today we are headed to Maysville, Colorado to unravel the mysterious and tragic case of Suzanne Morphew, a devoted wife and mother of two who seemingly disappeared during a bike ride near her Colorado home on Mother's Day in 2020. As we trace the timeline of her disappearance, exploring the lies, secrets, and unanswered questions surrounding this case, it will become painfully obvious that nothing is what it seems.
I have a question already.
Yeah.
Mother's Day 2020. Right at the start of the pandemic.
That's right.
What was the actual date? I know it was a Sunday, but what was the date?
Mother's Day 2020 was, I believe, it was on the 10th. It was May 10th was Mother's Day in 2020.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, was that Hugo?
Or the couch.
Oh, it sounded like somebody was chit-chatting behind us and nobody's here, I don't think. So yeah, that's our story today. We're going to get into that soon, but we're going to do a little I have a few very light things to talk about, and then I'll tell you about our location. And then
Maysville?
Maysville is the location, but
cool.
Maysville, well, I'll tell you when we get there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you yet.
Yep.
So, I think that, I don't know, at least some people like when we talk about what we're watching. And so I wanted to tell you that I finished Night Country, True Detective Night Country. I maybe am in love with the woman who has the piercings in her dimples. Like by the end of the series, I was like, I feel like I love her and I want her to be my friend and I want to hang out with her and give her a hug. I like really like her. Mm-hmm. And
do you remember what you said when we started watching it?
She's very masculine energy.
Okay, yes, but no.
Oh.
You said
I hate those dimple things.
Right. And you made this whole statement about how she must have already had cheek dimples, that she got pierced. And I was like,
yep, that's not true.
Which I'm sure some people do have a bit of cheek dimples and then they choose to get them pierced, but that's not
what happened with her. She had the
it's
piercings.
Also just like, of course you get piercings and then it dimples your face
right.
or wherever.
Oh man, it's so cute. I loved them. By the end, I loved them. I was like, maybe I should get cheek dimples.
You just loved her.
Yeah, I did. I really liked her. And I also really liked Jodie Foster. And Jodie Foster, I have no idea how old she is. I did not look it up. She looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. And she is such a great actress to this day. Like, what a great show. What
I rewatched it
great
on
show.
Tuesday because Michael hadn't seen the last one because he had been out of town when I watched it. So we rewatched it on Tuesday. Okay, it's not there's a lot of pockets left in my mind.
Unanswered questions in the conclusion. I agree.
Still, I'll take the location, the night.
I can deal with. I generally
love it,
and we've talked about this. I feel like you are similar. Generally, don't like the ending of any show.
I didn't hate it
or movie.
I didn't hate it.
No, I did not hate it either. I think there was a lot left unanswered.
Yeah.
However, I don't care because the rest of the show was so damn good. Wow.
My favorite part of the last episode
Okay, what Jenna's about to say is a spoiler alert. If you have not watched True Detective Night Country, take your headphones out for a minute.
Or just turn the volume down.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Young Pryor,
That was shocking.
He had shot his dad at the end of the last episode. And the beginning of this, he was cleaning it. And then
shocked.
My favorite part is when he drags him and the kind of vagrant guy that used to be a scientist into the ice, and then that woman that used to be the professor.
Oh, she's the best.
And they're gonna put him in the ice,
right?
And she's all, turn away, and he's all, no, I want to see. She's all, you want to see when I stab your father's lungs so he doesn't float? And he's all, whoops.
Yeah.
And he looks away, and then then she says, finish what you started.
Yeah.
And he has to drag his dad in.
Oh, I
put
just
him
got
down,
goosebumps.
And then she sits down. This is my favorite part. She sits down next to him and she says, most people would say the hardest part is over. I don't know what she actually says, but that's the sentiment.
Yeah.
She's all,
it's not.
It's not. Oh, it's so much better than that. It's so much
good.
better than what I said. But anyways,
Ooh,
yeah.
I actually had kind of forgotten about that part. And I really, really enjoyed that part as well.
Oh, that woman's great.
She's
Also, remember when she
fantastic.
does the Christmas party? She used to be a professor at a stuffy university. Then she moved up to Upper Alaska, and she's just living alone, like killing, slicing deer guts.
Oh my God. And in her house, she has that beautiful library where she sits and smokes a joint right in front of the bookcases. Yeah, I really liked her. She's also from...
I never seen her before.
Oh, no. She is. She's from something... she's from Killing Eve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did watch that show,
Yeah.
but kind of passively.
Yeah.
With, what's her face?
From Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, she was great.
Yep. What's her name? Something O.
Sandra.
Yeah.
Also, that woman says my other favorite line in that show. She says, don't mistake mental illness with clairvoyance. She doesn't say the word clairvoyance, but seeing ghosts with mental illness.
Yeah. We talked about this before. Yeah. It was,
on the podcast. All right.
no.
Oh.
Yeah. We talked about that, just us, not on the podcast. Yeah. It was great. That was basically all.
Anyways,
I
we're going to have to cut some of that, but good.
Great show. Okay. So the one I have two more things. So I started watching, I've been waiting for this new show to come out on Netflix that just came out called The Gentleman. And it's by Guy Ritchie, who I know he's done a ton of things. I couldn't tell you anything except for The Covenant with Jake Gyllenhaal, that army movie, that war movie that recently came out, because I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Recently or semi-recently?
Like a year ago.
Okay.
I think it's 2022 or 2023. Somewhat
Beard.
recently. Yeah.
Gyllenhaal has a beard,
Yes.
full on, Afghanistan,
Yes.
Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And I loved the movie. I don't love a war movie, but I loved the movie. Probably because I like Jake Gyllenhaal and I thought it was a great movie. But The Gentleman, and I actually don't know if it is. That's a movie. It's a British movie. Michael Caine is in it. Whatever. So this is on Netflix. I was waiting for it because the star of this movie is Theo James, who is from White Lotus.
That's right.
He's also from like Divergent and Insurgent.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
where
those
most
things.
people probably know him from.
Right. I don't know him from that. I know him from White Lotus.
Well,
and I
you
find
did
him,
once you watched White Lotus and saw him, and then you
and
looked.
then
I
watched
remember you sent me.
everything.
You actually watched him.
Oh, I watched everything
okay.
he's been in after that. I find him to be beyond attractive.
very.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I mean,
gosh.
Even if someone's not attracted to him, he's very attractive.
He's very attractive. And what I've noticed in this series that he stars in, The Gentleman on Netflix, his voice, so he has his like regular British accent, which in White Lotus he didn't, in Insurgent and all that he didn't. He had an American accent, but he's British. And so he has his British accent and his voice is just so deep. It's like it's a very...
Can you play it? You should clip in a clip right
I should.
there.
I will clip in a clip right here. So here's a clip.
I'm sure this is the first time you've heard of this, but you do a nude scene in the first episode.
Oh, the pee-pee scene.
Is that what you call it?
No, that's what they call it.
Yeah, but
everyone
wow.
on set.
People thought it was the Loch Ness Monster. They didn't know what was happening. What in the... Good for you, by the way. Oh, my God. And please stay seated. I don't want you getting exhausted. I don't want you getting tired, leaving or standing up. Yeah. Well, just stay in your chair. We'll wheel you out of here. Yeah. Oh, my God.
I can't breathe sometimes because of the weight of it.
So when that scene comes up, do you go, oh, I got this? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus Christ, I'm up for it. No, the truth of it was, so, you know, you go into these scenes and you have a conversation with the director and the producers and they go, okay, for this, we're going to use a prosthetic. We're going to use something. And you say, okay, that sounds good. And they say,
So
okay.
it is a prosthetic?
It's a pee-pee prosthetic.
Thank goodness. Wow.
It's a pee-pee, yeah, exactly.
That makes so many men feel so good
Well,
right now.
exactly. So, I'll tell you the story because, you have a conversation and the lovely Rebecca, who was the makeup designer, comes up and she's like, you know, this is what they want to do, but obviously we want to have some input. Sure. So I said, honestly, I just want it not to be distracting. He needs to be regular Joe because the scene's about, you know, it's not about the pee-pee, it's about power play and sex. It's about, you know, whether he did it deliberately or whether it was an accident and what that means and all that kind of stuff. And she says, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Regular Joe.
Regular Joe.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. So we get to set and she's got like a hammer or something. I mean, it's bigger than that. It's like she stole it off a donkey in the field. The thing is ginormous, and me and the director, Mike White, are sitting there going, that's average, is it? We're like, wow! Calling our respective partners, being like, I'm so sorry.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it was 9 inches flaccid and about 4 inches wide. And we're like, what the hell is that? Funny enough, your producer said, so what did you do with it? Have you still got it? I was like, no, I don't have it.
Did you save it? No, you don't save it.
Like, sleeping with it.
Sleep next to it.
His voice is so deep. It's so incredibly deep when it's in, because I never noticed that in White Lotus.
Well, because he was giving an American accent.
Yeah, I mean,
so he was changing his voice.
Oh my gosh, it's really
I don't know.
interesting.
What
voice.
about Divergent? He had an
American accent. Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting, distinguished voice, and he's just so good looking. And in White Lotus, if you pause it at the exact right moment, you can see his penis. But he's wearing a prosthetic.
Oh, so it's not his penis?
No, I found that out. Yeah.
Oh, so you can't pause and see his penis.
No, you can see his fake penis.
and see a plastic penis.
Yes. That's right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you would do that, I guess.
I don't know. You just told everyone to do that.
No.
Mean wear a...
Yes.
No,
yes.
Even if his penis was better or bigger or smaller, well, smaller, okay. But let's say it was this... I don't know. It's just intimate. Maybe you don't want to put your shit out there.
Right, but everyone thinks it's your shit. You know what I mean? Or maybe they don't. I don't know. It's so brief.
But maybe it's not about everyone else. Maybe it's about him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point.
Maybe
that's a really good point.
I just don't. I'm not self-conscious. I just
don't want to put
don't want my dick out there.
Yeah.
You want to pop your labia out there?
I mean,
I don't.
I'll
answer my own question.
I don't. I mean, if I'm making millions of dollars in a movie, like I'd probably be okay with it.
What if also someone said you could do a little plastic
like a fake labia,
well, like a fake dick?
Yeah.
I guess still you think, what's the difference if it's the same look?
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It's
I
impossible
still feel
to
plastic.
put your. I feel like it's hard to be in that position.
I'll take plastic.
Either way, I find him to be,
how tall is he?
Tall. I think 6'2". 6'1", 6'2".
Clearly he's tall. If I asked how tall is he?
Tall. Okay, and this is the last thing I have before I tell you about our sense of place is, have you watched the Friends Super Bowl commercial? You have not.
Oh.
Okay, and so neither had I.
Is this what you told me not to watch today or yesterday?
No. I have one quick trivia question. I told you not to watch Summer House yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I haven't.
So I hadn't
I
either.
want to.
But as I was typing this, because I
The
had
Friends commercial or the Summer House?
Friends. So I had some notes written down in a little notebook, and one of them was like, we need to both watch the Friends Super Bowl commercial. And so I'm taking my notes that I've written down in this little notebook and putting them into my computer. And as I'm doing that, I have TV playing in the background.
And it came on.
And it fucking came on.
Oh, there you go. So remember when I said the cats the other day? Things happen when you put them out there and then let them go.
And I didn't see the beginning of it because I was typing. And then I was like, Ross, what? Oh, fireworks are happening outside.
Well, or it's a gun or a car
No,
backfire.
I just saw the firework. Yeah.
I bet it's oh no, P's gonna get scared.
Oh, he's right there. It's okay.
Go on.
Anyways, yes, we will watch it. It's good.
Is that where you were going with this? Or did you get sidetracked because of the firework and P?
I got a little sidetracked, but I was just going with basically that, like, I was typing it in to see if you had watched it, and then it came on. I thought that was a really interesting coincidence.
Well, there you go. That's a put it in the universe thing.
Yep. So the trivia, I texted Jenna this morning, and I said, please don't watch the newest Summer House yet.
Which everyone's like, what does that mean? Yeah, like, what is that?
It's a show on Bravo that is silly, and I love it.
And real
all
good.
the same.
I like that new guy. I've seen one, or there's been two.
Wait till you watch this episode. You're going to love him.
I really
literally
already do.
At the end of this episode, I was like, well, I'm in love with this man. I'm
really
in
like
love
him.
with this man.
I like him a lot.
He's fantastic.
I can't even tell you why exactly.
He's the kindest eyes. He's the kindest
He also isn't
eyes. He's not
arrogant
or pretentious.
He's kind of just like, whoa. Oh, yeah. Last time there
He's
was
very
this-
self-aware.
That tall guy came
Yeah.
in and he was like, oh, I thought I was
Jesse
like kind of
Solemn
killing
or
it. And then
something.
Jesse, whoever came in and he's
Yeah.
all, wow.
Jesse, what do they keep calling him his whole name? Jesse Solemn or something. I don't care. I think that West is very cute and very self-aware and very funny and very smart.
You're going to have to cut all this because no one cares.
I know. Okay. So,
Go on.
So
Or
this
where
was
are we going?
This was a question that was asked in this episode. And you didn't see it, so I'm going to ask you. Do you know why cheersing your drinks, like cheers, you clink your drinks together and say cheers.
I understand.
Why was that invented?
Well, okay. Well, cheers as in American, because cheers are chin chin.
Any country, any time of life in the earth, anything,
The
of it.
act of cheersing.
Just the act of clinking
That's
your
all.
drinks together
Oh.
and saying cheers in whatever language. Okay. By the way, I did not know this, so I found it fascinating.
That doesn't help me.
I know.
I know it. I know this. Okay, so we're not talking about cheers or chin chin or
No, not the word, not just the act of doing it. That's all. Just the act of doing it.
yes. It's in medieval.
Yes, that is
Is
correct. It is. Keep going.
Something about like you're my enemy.
Yes.
Hold on. Yes. I'm all chin chin. Wow. You're my enemy. I know this.
I'm so impressed right now.
Don't be that impressed.
I
I'm
am.
not there yet.
I knew not. If you had asked me this, I would have had a blank stare.
Medieval times. Chin chin. Oh, if you you do that with your foe.
Why?
Because if it spills and if they drink, poison. If you poisoned your person.
Wow.
Yeah, if you poisoned your
Holy
person. Yes, I
shit.
did know that. I did. That I probably explained it not well.
No,
But,
that's you're right.
And so you cheers and then do it a little hard. And if it pops over,
Yes.
If the person drinks it,
I'm
you know they didn't
poison
you.
your drink.
Yep.
I'm so impressed. Yes,
interesting.
In medieval Europe.
Oh, medieval. Okay, good.
Yep. In case someone poisoned your drink, you would cheers them so that some of your drink would slosh into theirs. And if they took a sip, then you know that they didn't poison you because they're willing to drink it. They would take a sip to demonstrate that it was not poisoned.
Think what happened if they didn't take a sip.
That's so amazing that you knew that.
Well, I quote
I'm
unquote knew it.
impressed.
Do you know? Okay, you just said sloshed.
Yeah, if your drink sloshes into theirs.
So that makes me think about. I was just watching. God, I don't want to say, but I will. Have you ever seen the creator of Everyone Loves Raymond? His food show. Somebody Feed Phil.
No.
Oh my God, it's the most wholesome, awesome food show.
Really? Somebody Feed Phil.
Oh my God, we'll watch one. Anyways, he was recently in Scotland and he was cheersing someone and he said, what'd you say? Slosh. He said it was the Scottish cheers, which is like, oh, now all I can think of is slosh. But okay, so like, Italy, people say chin chin or
Salud.
Salud in Mexico.
And in Greece, you say yamas. Yep.
And in
I don't know any others.
Israel, they say l'chaim.
Oh, in Mexico, they say abajo.
Yeah, but that's more a shot.
Yeah,
Whatever you
it's
said
true.
before was what they say.
Salud.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in Scotland, they say whatever, kind of like
Slosh.
yeah, something
Sloshing.
like that. I can't remember, but yeah. Oh, interesting.
I'm so impressed that you knew that because I had never heard that. I had absolutely no idea.
Oh.
I couldn't have even pulled that out. I've literally never heard that before.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm so
I
impressed.
didn't know it, but I knew
You knew it in your back brain.
Yeah.
You did. You sure did. And I'm so impressed. And what I would like to know, because when we have dinners with Michael's family, like, you know,
They say salute.
yeah, and it's like a thing. Like everybody cheerses and then hugs, and it's like a
Yeah.
whole thing. So I would be interested to know from our listeners, do you have any kind of like tradition type things that you do when you're having your first drink of the night with people or at a party or something like that, you know?
I just thought of another. All
Oh.
you Russian listeners, what do you say?
Oh.
Nostrovia.
All right.
That's right.
There we go. So
Let's pause here. It feels like a good pause.
okay, we can pause.